Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm just coming to you guys today to tell you about something that kind of sucks. In fact, it really sucks. We lost somebody yesterday in the Volkswagen community, and maybe you guys don't really know who he was. But many of you guys may have seen in the background on some of the builds a guy named Chris. Well, I've been in shock most of the day when I got the phone call that he had passed away, I believe at 42, pretty young. He was with me when we started this project, and he came by a while back to get some stuff and was super happy to see this thing working and done. We discussed all the problems that we had when we first started doing it, and during COVID, kind of some things happened and his position was kind of eliminated at the same time when he quit, so it was kind of like a good thing, and he ended up getting a good job somewhere else, and I was super happy for him. But many of you guys might know him and may not know that this happened to him, and he's left his 5 kids, so 2 little ones, and his other kids are I think near 18 or over 18, his other 3. But anyway, so what did Chris do? Chris helped me build this bulletproof engine that we call the bulletproof engine build. You can watch the videos on that. You'll see him there with me, and he kind of got me back into building engines. And our last conversations were, how much I appreciate him getting me back into doing that, because for a long time I just would have him do it, when he had his little shop and stuff, because it's just got to relearn everything 30 years later, and there's a lot of stuff that I knew, and I used to contribute to his shop and remember different things, but a lot of stuff you kind of forget, and then you get refreshed into things again, like some of you guys that are new into, or an old VW guy, and you're back into it again, and you don't know the latest stuff because it's all changing all the time. And he kind of helped me get into what's happening today. So also, if you look in those old videos, you'll see the shop was a lot more organized than it is now, and that was because we had Chris here, and there's just a lot for one person to do, just to try and keep this place from getting out of control. I mean, you get it all cleaned up and then it's gone. And then Chris used to come in and he would just start cleaning the shop, just start cleaning it. So you didn't have to say anything. He just knew that it was time to do that, pull the cars out, clean the shop out, get everything back put away, get everything organized, get it back to square one. And he did that quickly and efficiently. And he contributed a lot of things to the community, things that we are doing even today. Chris got me back into building engines again, and I really appreciate him for doing that. And I told him that, thankfully, before this happened. And this never looked like this when he was here. He would stop again, organize everything, put things away, keep it from getting out of control. It's just too hard for me to do all of that all the time. I stop and do it every once in a while, but I've really got to produce a lot myself. But Chris helped me on several of our sign programs and things we did. That was one of the reasons I was able to keep him here as long as I did, is because he could make money and I could make money on his efforts. We'd go all over the United States and do our sign programs and he was very good at it, and that's why things were that way. But when COVID happened, that all stopped, and it made it more difficult for me to have him here. And then it literally became impossible about the time that he decided to leave. And again, he went to better places, found a job that could pay him well enough, and was very happy doing what he was doing. So I really don't know exactly what speculative. I've just heard from a friend, and I haven't heard directly from the family, but apparently he came home from work and wasn't feeling well, lied down, and passed out and never recovered. So it could have been, heart problems, or it was pretty hot. We've had this 108, 109 degree weather, and he works outside. And I have air conditioning in the shop here, so I would just tell him when we had those hot days, just stay inside the shop, try not to, so that's when we would clean up things or whatever. And where he had, in this area, we had a really big fan, and we try and keep him in the shade. And the place he worked at was real accommodating to that too. I think they sent him home early, because he wasn't feeling well, I guess the last few days, apparently, but I don't know the whole school of details. Maybe I'm not correct, but something like that happened. And then they found him not responsive, and then when the people came, they couldn't bring him back. So anyway, that's the story. That's who Chris is, and he will be missed. And you guys who know him or watch those older videos, you can leave a comment below. I don't know if they have a GoFundMe. You can come back to the channel, and if they do, then I will post it in the pinned comment or the description. I think it's going to be kind of difficult for the family financially, because they were really dependent on his income. So I don't know the whole specifics on that. Again, we talked briefly occasionally since he had left, and I just talked to him probably, trying to think, he came by 3 or 4 months ago and looked at the whole bucket truck build and was just so amazed how and again, like, that thing, I don't know if I would have ever taken that on if he wasn't here. It kind of planned on him being here through that, and then COVID happened about the time that I got that. So it was kind of a plan as to when our work was slow, or not slow, but our work goes, it's real seasonal. I want to say we used to have a seasonal program. It was like in the summer I'd be just crazy busy, and then the rest of the year would be just sporadic business would come in. So so it's just another loss, you guys. It's kind of tough because I had a business loss, and that's a personal loss, okay? And on top of that, I've had a person that we've lost now. So it's just tough, but life goes on. We'll keep making videos, and we'll keep helping the community and all that. But it's definitely a little shot in the arm of toughness right now. So anyway, leave a comment, come back to the video and see if there's a GoFundMe. I'll contact her maybe today, maybe before this gets up, and see if there is. And if there is, contribute what you can if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.